10 games the world slept on, but trust me, they're absolute gems you'll wish you played sooner. Ready to discover what you've been missing? First up, a game dripping with atmosphere, where knights battle werewolves in a steampunk nightmare. It got trashed on release, but here's the twist. It's way better than the hate suggests. Any guesses? It's The Order, 1886. This isn't just a game. It's a cinematic trip to a dark, alternate Victorian London. The graphics? Jaw-dropping, even in 2025. Think moody lighting, insane character detail, and a world that pulls you in. You're Sir Galahad, wielding futuristic weapons against supernatural beasts. The combat's slick. Blasting foes with a thermite rifle feels so good. Yeah, it's short, about 6 hours, and heavy on cutscenes, but that's the point. It's an interactive movie with a killer story. Sure, it ends too soon, and the werewolves deserve more screen time, but go in expecting a tight, gorgeous ride, and you'll be hooked. So, did The Order 1886 deserve all that hate, or is it a hidden masterpiece? Drop your take below and stick around. Imagine a game that fuses heart-pounding action, a sci-fi story so wild it could be a blockbuster movie, and powers that let you bend time itself. It launched with big dreams, blending live-action TV with gameplay, but somehow it slipped through the cracks. Ready for this? It's Quantum Break. You're Jack Joyce, a guy caught in a time travel experiment gone haywire. Time's breaking apart, the world's glitching, and you've got insane powers. Freeze enemies, dash like lightning, or blast them with explosive time bombs. It's a third-person shooter that feels fresh, fast, and totally unique. The visuals? Stunning. Time cracks and shatters around you in ways that'll blow your mind. Oh, and there's a live-action TV show woven in, starring real actors like Shawn Ashmore, where your choices shape the story. Some say it slowed the pace too much, but honestly, it's a bold swing that makes this game unforgettable. It flopped hard, but it's a hidden gem screaming for a second chance. So, what do you think? Did the TV gimmick ruin it, or was it genius? Drop your take below and stick around. Next up, a game where you lead a ragtag crew of misfits across the galaxy. It's packed with laugh-out-loud moments, epic battles, and a soundtrack that'll have you headbanging to 80s classics. Everyone wrote it off as another superhero flop, until it quietly became one of the best adventures in years. Ready for it? This is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. You're Star-Lord, commanding the Guardians through a wild, galaxy-saving ride. The story? Absolute gold. Hilarious banter, gut-punching twists, and dialogue. So good, it feels like a movie. Combat's a blast. Rocket's blowing stuff up, Groot's healing, Drax is smashing, all while you're blasting enemies to Rick Astley. Yes, you'll fight space monsters with Never Gonna Give You Up blaring. It's not perfect. Repetitive fights, no replay value hold it back. But the charm? Unmatched. This isn't a cash grab. It's a love letter to Marvel fans that got slept on, hard. So, tell me, did this game deserve to flop, or should it have been a mega hit? Drop your thoughts below, and stick around.
Hellbender is literally the last thing we need right now.
Ha! Called it!
Need I remind you that you are the reason she's hunting us?
Don't these guys know how to let bygones be bygones?
At least they didn't bring an army of them jelly things with them. Can you imagine? Man, I hated those things.
You were saying?
Just had to jinx us, didn't you?
Hey, anyone notice that this happens to be the monster I said?
I suppose you want credit for that, too? What's next, Peter? Jelly's on the offensive!
Shooting the jelly's no good! Ready! How many times have I saved your butt now?
Not going into the right this time, little buddy.
Next up, imagine a game so gorgeous. It's like a painting bursting to life. A world where every jump feels like poetry, every fight flows like a dance, and yet it dropped at the worst possible time. What is it? Prince of Persia, 2008. This isn't your gritty, old-school Prince of Persia. It's a total reboot, with a hand-painted art style that still blows minds today. You're a wandering adventurer, teaming up with a mysterious woman named Alika to stop an ancient evil. The platforming? Insanely smooth. Wall running, leaping, swinging. It's like a rhythm game with zero stumbles. Combat's one-on-one, cinematic as heck, though some say it's too simple. And get this, no dying. Alika saves you every time, keeping the flow unbroken. It's chill, it's stunning, and it's a vibe, but it got buried by bad timing. So, what do you think? Does this gem deserve a second chance? Drop your thoughts below. Picture this, a brutal wasteland where you're behind the wheel of a beastly car, tearing through the desert, slamming enemies off cliffs, and dodging massive sandstorms. It's pure chaos, and it dropped the same week as a gaming titan, so almost nobody noticed. What's this overlooked masterpiece? Mad Max. This game's a love letter to high-octane action. You're Max, a lone survivor, building the ultimate ride to crush a warlord in a jaw-dropping open world. The car combat? Unreal. Harpoons ripping armor, explosions everywhere, pure cinematic insanity. Hand-to-hand fights hit like Arkham, but way bloodier. Sure, the story's simple, and missions repeat a bit, but that desolate vibe? It's perfect. This is the Mad Max movie you get to play, and it's criminally underrated. Think this should have outshined Metal Gear Solid 5? Drop your take below. If you're still watching, you're a real gamer. Don't forget to subscribe to APS. Picture this, a dark cinematic adventure where you're a warrior wielding a holy whip, slashing through massive bosses in a world dripping with gothic vibes. It's not your typical 2D classic, no. It's a full-on action epic that tried to rewrite the rules. Any guesses? This is Castlevania, Lords of Shadow. This game dropped as a bold reboot, trading pixel art for a God of War-style brawl fest. You're Gabriel Belmont, driven, haunted, hunting the Lords of Shadow to save your wife. And the story? It starts simple, but ends with a twist so wild it redefines the entire series. The combat's brutal, the visuals still hold up, and those colossal boss fights, pure adrenaline. Sure, it's linear, and the pacing drags a bit early on, but when it hits, oh, it hits hard. Fans ignored it for not being classic Castlevania, but on its own, it's a masterpiece begging for a second chance. So, what do you think? Did this reboot deserve the hate, or is it a top-tier action game? Drop your take below. Picture this, a future where nature's taken over, cities are crumbling, gasping under vines, and deadly robots hunt anything that dares to move. You're a tough-as-nails warrior, forced into an alliance with a stranger, all because of a device that could kill you if you disobey. Any guesses? This is Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. This game nails everything. Jaw-dropping visuals, with lush, colorful ruins that steal your breath, smooth platforming that feels like a dance, and combat, simple yet oh so satisfying as you smash mechs with a massive staff. The real magic? The story. You'll follow Monkey and Trip, two souls who start as enemies, raw and jagged, but grow into something unforgettable, something that clutches your heart. It flopped hard, shattered by neglect. But TR ust me, this is a masterpiece you need to play. Would you team up with someone who enslaved you to survive?
Activating combat mech.
Come on!
Launched. 6.
Imagine a game where every choice you make shapes the story. A spy thriller so deep, so twisted, it could have changed gaming forever, but it didn't. Why? It launched broken, buggy, and ignored. Ready to meet this hidden gem? It's Alpha Protocol. You step into the shoes of Michael Thornton, a secret agent betrayed by his own agency. Now, he's on a solo mission to unravel a global conspiracy. This isn't just another action game. It's a full-on RPG. Your decisions matter. Charm your way through, like James Bond, go brutal, like Jason Bourne, or stay ice cold, like Sam Fisher. Every convo shifts the story. Allies can turn into enemies, and no two playthroughs are the same. The combat? Yeah, it's clunky, shooting feels off, and stealth's a mess. But stick with it, level up your skills, and you'll be pulling off insane trick shots. It's raw, it's messy, but that story? Absolute gold. Would you replay a game just to see how different it could get? Let me know below, and stick around.
You hear that? Get out!
There you are, Mike. Gotcha.
Imagine a world where the apocalypse hits hard. Roads are trashed, towns are ghost towns, and massive hordes of flesh-hungry freaks are chasing you down. This game had everything to be a zombie masterpiece, but critics tore it apart, and it faded into the shadows. What is it? Days Gone. You're Deacon Street John, a rugged biker with a broken past, riding through a brutal open world. The hordes? Insane. Hundreds of fast, terrifying zombies swarm you. Think World War Z on steroids. you'll set traps, chuck Molotovs, and pray your bike doesn't run out of gas. That bike's your lifeline. Upgrade it, fuel it, or you're toast. The story starts slow, sure, but stick with it. It's emotional, gripping, and way deeper than people expected. Updates fix the bugs, and now it's a hidden gem screaming for a second chance. So tell me, did Days Gone deserve all that hate, or is it secretly one of the best zombie games ever?
I'm gonna die in here! Help me, someone! Nice headshot. Let me get you out of there. Thank you so much, man. Go to it.
This is a game where you're an undercover cop, torn between loyalty and betrayal, fighting your way through a neon-lit city, packed with danger. It's brutal, it's cinematic, and it's criminally overlooked. What is it? Sleeping Dogs. You play Wei Shen, diving deep into Hong Kong's Triad underworld. The hand-to-hand combat, insanely smooth. Think Batman Arkham, but with brutal takedowns, like slamming heads into fridges. The city bursts with life, crowded streets, high-speed chases, and a story that hits hard. It flopped against giants like GTA, but it's way better than you'd expect. Trust me, you need to play this. Would you give Sleeping Dogs a shot, or is it still sleeping on your radar? Comment below, and stick around, because the next video's diving into even more forgotten gems.